Welcome back to the Attic Podcast. We're your fucking host, Jacob, and
Jacob, and look, I know it's been a minute. But off rip, before we get back in anything, there will be an apology coming, but the merch, Born to Blossom.
yes, Born to Blossom. It's about to be out. Look at that shit. You got the fucking flower on the back, the fucking lotus flower, Born to Blossom, baby. I mean, what more could you ask for?
You want me to tell the truth?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Exactly.
Nothing. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's been a minute. Been busy. I kind of got
Let's talk about what we've been doing.
Yeah, you started off.
It's been a minute. We haven't been doing much. I mean, I've been in college, doing college classes pretty much every day, hanging out with, friends, trying to keep a social life really while in college and doing all this homework, which is very tough to do, to be honest.
I kind of switched to like a full-time. Like, I've had full-time jobs, but like this one's like more like a grown job. I would say like I don't know, when people talk like you work the 9 to 5. I work a 9 to 5, but not like a normal 9 to 5. I'm not really gonna speak on too much what I do, because I'm not sure if I get in trouble for it or lose my license. I might. I don't know, but I'm not gonna speak on it. That's all I know. I'm not speaking on it. I just know I've been working to get the designs, figure out a way, best material, best method. Everything looks clean. I might pull out the hoodie halfway through. I got a hoodie too. I've given away a couple tees to a couple people.
I do have a tee.
Where's that?
Has fucking stains on it.
just show him the tea. Excuse the stains. This nigga doesn't know how to eat tacos. But yeah, like other than that, like we both been with what we do, the way our schedules work. Mine's 7 to 5. His classes start 4:30. Homework after that till. It's just been a hard schedule to get in sync on the weekends. Sometimes we're linking up, but usually we already have things planned out for the weekends. It just makes it hard to get in the in-persons to get these done. So that's why we've kind of switched more towards Discord episodes, in a sense. How bad you staying it? I can't even tell. Wait, why is yours...
Right here.
No, it doesn't show up on
right
it.
Here.
It doesn't show up. Oh God, it doesn't show up on this.
Hey,
so what's the back? Yeah, man. We're born to blossom. We're born to blossom, man. We got long sleeves, tees. Hold on, I'll grab the tank. Just let them see. I'll grab the tank. I mean the hoodie. There's no tank top as of now, but we have tank tops.
All right, let's talk about big girls, huh?
You know what I'm saying? Look, you got that. Hold up.
Bam.
Is that the first topic you want to talk about, though?
Let's talk about big girls, bro. Why do big girls get so much hate? Let's talk about that real quick. Why don't big guys get as much hate as big girls get?
Okay. The social status, I would say. Social view that people would give them. If you are a female with a male that is bigger than you, it's seen as you have found yourself like a protector. Someone, if something goes down, they're big enough they can protect you. But if you're like if your girl is bigger than you and you're like a man, it's like, why aren't you bigger? Like, why does she look like she's the one that goes out and works the 16-hour shift at the factory instead of you? That's at least the way I perceive it. And I don't have hate. I don't discriminate. But that's the way I see it, is like the bigger person in today's society is usually perceived as the breadwinner in most cases. Unless you're OnlyFans girl, then it doesn't matter. You just make fucking bank.
I will say on Tinder, I think bigger girls really have it the hardest, because you get a lot of guys that think just because they're not socially fucking perfect in every way, that means that they have an easy shot with them. And so you get a bunch of horny guys messaging these girls about trying to hook up just because of how they look. And I find that very strange.
It's very immoral, and like, I don't know. I feel like, honestly, the better personalities.
Because I've never, I mean, we can talk about the difference between guys and girls on Tinder even. I've never had a situation where I was made uncomfortable on Tinder from like a message that someone sent me.
I had somebody tell me they wanted to eat my purple yogurt slinger. That made me very uncomfortable.
Well, you're in a different category, right? You got the black guys, and I feel like you guys probably get the most fucking shit said to you guys. So I mean, let's generalize it a little more. Let's assume you're white here.
Okay, I can do that. I can do that. I'm a 50-50 split.
All right, let's take that 50 here. White mode activated. You've never ran into any problems in your entire life. You've had a blessed life. And now you're facing the facts that the opposite gender of you is struggling on Tinder in a way that's making them feel uncomfortable.
I would just say, I mean, tough. I mean, honestly, it's a privilege to be here and be white and not have to deal with those problems when it comes to no, honestly though, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like the whole online dating thing is just a whole scam in general. Everybody's on there.
I agree. I think meeting people in person is much better than meeting people through online dating apps. I think online dating apps are primarily for hookups, or hookups with people that don't actually want hookups.
Yeah, like
that's
want,
what the app's for.
They want
a relationship, but like really the app's for hookups. I mean, it's gonna end up being a hookup.
Have you ever ran into a hookup that like it was a hookup, but like they wanted a relationship after the hookup?
Yes.
How did you handle that? Just curious. I'm like, how you handle that? Probably better than me, but how'd you handle that?
That situation, you know her, starts with an E.
Damn, niggas just slinging.
Yeah. So she tried to kind of pull that on me. Like, oh, I'm not really the type of person that hooks up. Like, I want to be with you, blah blah blah. Well, the expectations, you gotta understand expectations of the scenario that's going on. So like, we both had the expectation going in that we're hooking up. So you should not lay the expectation on me that your new expectation is a relationship. That should not be the case. We started it consensually. We started it that we were going to hook up. In my opinion, it's kind of unfair to me a little bit that she pushed it on me that now because we hooked up, therefore we have to be in a relationship. So basically I told her that's not me. I ain't the guy. Like, we started this as a hookup. Like, that's what I see this as. I don't see this, going forward as a relationship. It's very honest, straight up with her.
Didn't you still kind of play it as an option though?
No, I told her all I was down for was hooking up, and we continued to hook up for a little while. But like, I left it at that. Like, I told her there's no, like, no, we're not getting into a relationship. That's not what we started this whole I'll say relationship for lack of a better word, but started this whole relationship off as like a friendship, pretty much, like not a actual dating relationship. I'll specify dating relationship versus relationship.
I wouldn't even classify it as like
I mean,
a
it's still a relationship because you have a relation to them with even if it's a friendship, I would consider that a relationship in technical terms. But a dating relationship, it was not going to happen, and I made that very clear from the start that that was not going to be happening.
but
But
you
that's
never
just because like my expectations, my intentions
were
weren't
never
to have
to, yeah.
have a dating relationship. My intentions were very different. And she knew my intentions, and her intentions were that as well in the beginning. So it's kind of like we were on the same foot in the beginning, but then slowly she kind of got off the trail there, and I had to, let her know that that's not what I'm looking for here.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. So,
And
but
if
you,
she was to say that, like since that's not what you're looking for, I don't want to talk to you anymore, I would have been fine with that because that's her intentions, that's her expectations, like that's what her opinion is. So, but that wasn't the case. We hooked up for a little longer, but nothing serious got out of it.
so, how do I word this in a way that chimichanga?
Yeah,
So that rings bells.
yeah.
Still to this day, will message me mad that I don't hit them up.
Hmm.
And I don't know how much clearer I have to make it. Like that I haven't talked to you since the new year, basically.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, you got the message, you're hinting at that you don't want to talk anymore because I haven't messaged you since, the new year.
Yeah,
But
and
you
it's
could think about in her position, did you ever communicate clearly to her, but that's not what you wanted?
we talked for like 2 days.
I know, but people can catch feelings quick. Did you ever like tell her that's not what you were looking for?
I said, yeah, not right now, because I don't want to hurt you.
Right now. Maybe she's just waiting.
But stop.
Well, then tell her to. Tell her to stop.
See, I have to word things more carefully now because, like, I'd be friends. They're a cool person, but anytime like I mention hanging out, they just throw all kinds of ideas in, and to where in their mind, because I know how they think and what they enjoy, that they would just flip it into like a date night thing, and that's not what it would be. It would just be two friends going out. But she's acting as if that since those actions happened, that there's no longer a friendship. It's like I was just friends with you. You was a cool
Yeah,
person.
I
I was
mean,
rocking with it.
there is a thing called friends with benefits. It's a
Mm,
real world
let me let
situation.
me let me specify here and now. I do not have any of those. Do not have any of those. Not a single one. Continue.
Anyways, but that was probably the intentions of the. It's probably your intentions starting out though back then.
Hmm.
Yeah.
For
So
certain.
I probably would have related that to her a little clearer instead of.
But
Now it can
okay.
be a 50-50, right? You can ruin that whole situation that you're curated for this specific time, for your score, right? You created this literally specifically for the score, but you could have ruined it all by saying that you just wanted to be friends.
Exactly.
So
So
I could see why you didn't want to say it, but I think you still should have said
because
it.
back then it was still like I don't have any communication with her. I mean, I still follow on IG because like she posts cool stuff on like art and stuff like that, and I've I enjoy art, so like I'm gonna follow for that. But I don't know. It's just like a if okay, I got a rebuttal to that. Women don't have to specify their intentions, and they play the same road that I played, but then they act like as if it is the male's fault because he shouldn't have done this or done that. So where is that double standard?
But so you're saying it's not fair for girls to not have to say their intentions to the guy, but the guy having to say their intentions to the girl.
Yeah, that's the problem I have. It's like they never have to, in a sense, be willing to commit like to a certain level. You know what I'm saying? But like when I'm not if I don't express that I'm not willing to commit, but I just play the game in the way that's like in a way that I can. I'm the bad person. Oh, girl, you just do you. Period. All that dumb shit. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
I will say, probably one of the biggest misconceptions that women have about guys is that they're good at picking up the hints.
Oh no, we are terrible at picking up the hints.
Yeah,
We might be the
communication is probably one of the biggest things when it comes to guys. If you want to do something,
just
tell
do
us.
it. Just do it, or just do it.
Yeah, or you could just do it. Yeah, and worst case scenario, they don't want to do it, and they'll tell you they don't want to do it.
No,
That's
if you
worst
just
case.
if you just do it, it's raps. Like you've locked in. Oh god,
Yeah,
because
but
that's
really
all.
communication. I saw someone on TikTok, this girl actually. She posts content about how guys
Don't want to
like
take the hint. Just
yeah yeah
she'll slide in the frame and she's like, the
yeah
best thing you could ever do for that man is just tell him.
yeah
And then it's the end
yeah.
of the video. Yeah, no, she's a go. She's a go.
Yeah, no, it's a very serious thing, even with like husband or like married relationships. Is what I'm trying to say. It's very important to just communicate with the husband for sure. But I mean, I'm not saying that guys aren't bad at communicating either. We're really only good at video games communicating.
No, no. To be fair, we can take our comms band or like our comms and games into the real world. It's just we don't get the comms that if I'm calming to you in a game,
You
any
don't get
game,
the comms back.
exactly. So I'm giving you all these call outs and I'm like, say you die. You're not sitting there. You're not giving, and you don't give me comms back. You just fucking throw your headset off, walk away. So I'm sitting there now in a fucking 1v2. I'm like, all right, where'd they get you from? I see where your body's at. Where they get you? There's nothing back. So I walk into a 1v2, get my ass beat. No longer my wife.
Tough,
That's what I'm saying.
tough.
That's insane.
Let me throw you this little antidote here.
Antidote. That's a cure.
Antidote. Oh, ants. It's like a antidote, maybe. It's like a and. Let me look it up.
He said, let me tell you the antidote. I'm like, give it to me.
All right, the little anecdote is romance in movies. If that were to happen in real life, it would be considered stalking or being creepy or being perverted.
Well, I guess another movie I would talk of like I don't know, the first one that comes to mind because I watched it the other day. What was it? It was like The Kissing Booth, like something like that, like those type of back and forth, or like the you do this, and boom, you're destined, you're in love. Like it's not that, it's a fantasy, and I don't know. Honestly, there should be like they need a disclaimer. I feel like romance movies need a disclaimer.
Think about the one you made me watch, where the guy catfisher.
Oh, that's a
And he
good
was a
movie though.
journalist. It is a good movie, but
But if you did that in real life, you're going to jail.
if
See
you
you
did
later.
that in real life, yeah,
Yeah, you're going to
Yeah.
jail. I'll see you later. No, but really though, if you think about that movie, these aren't even topics though that like we had planned. But if you think about that movie, I forget the name of it. It'll be on the screen because honestly, it's a phenomenal movie. I'd recommend everybody go watch it. So we have a fan question. Shout out Jacob, going off the top like that, crazy. Would you rather be able to go back in your past and change one thing, or know what your future is going to be and not be able to change it?
let's do this instead.
Okay, fan, fuck
If
you,
you-
fuck you.
If you went back in time to change something, what would be the one thing you change?
Well, I think answering the original question would you'd have to explain why.
Well, not if I say future.
So you'd rather see your future?
I would personally rather see my future, and I would pick my death date to see when I died, just so I know
Why?
how much time I have left. I need to know
Oh,
how much
because
time I
if
have
you,
left, so then I know how much I can get done in my amount of time I have left. And I'd really go into focus. If I didn't have much longer, let's say I had 10 years, like I would go hard focus mode to get everything I ever wanted to do done. With instead of like how I usually do, just procrastinate. So I would do my future, and it would be when I died, just so
because we all kind of live like we're gonna live forever. It's just the truth.
yeah. I mean, you
Unless
do, because you
unless you
never
have
really
some,
think about death.
yeah, and it's kind of a bad like push in society today. The you only live once type of thing, or you never know if today's your last day. So like party hard or do this or do that. It's like you never know how long you're gonna live. Like, what if today's not your last day and you got 90 more years, and you
You're
go
gonna
out?
fuck up your liver in these like few years because you think you're gonna die soon. Instead, what's really happening is you're making yourself die sooner.
Prime example. I have a family member. She is 92. Doesn't use a walker. Doesn't have any like major health problems. But like she can walk on her own. She can make her own meals. Good eyesight. Like she is fully functional by herself. She never once smoked in her life. Never once drank in her life. Our bodies are meant to go longer than we think, but we just, I guess we go through things in life that make us wanna.
Yeah, I mean, one of the biggest causes of earlier death and what you should be dying at is your work and where like a lot of people work and the stress levels they get from their work really
That's
puts a
why
strain on their own lives,
I feel
like
like
your
that's
heart
why
especially.
I feel like that's why older people like parents, grandparents tell you like find something you enjoy doing because if not necessarily you won't stress while doing what you enjoy doing, but if you enjoy it, you won't stress as much as if you hate the job and you were stuck doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
So you're going into the future?
I would go in the future.
See, I'm torn on this one. So if you went back in your past, what would you change anything?
The stuff that I would change, I can't say on this podcast.
Oh, chat. Drop it down below in the comment section. Should we make a Patreon? With strictly shit we cannot say on YouTube. Let us know.
Not because of on YouTube, but we should do that for sure. But a more as people who watch this, I would not say what I would change. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So like some deep shit or like just
Yeah,
things.
it's very personal. It's very personal.
Oh, okay. See, I'm thinking more past. But it depends on if I go into the past with all of my knowledge that I have to this day.
You would.
Then I'm probably. See, I feel like past is a cop. Because, I mean, I guess time always changes. So, like, even if I go back and, like, I know winning lottery ticket numbers, I'm assuming in my mind that's all going to change. It's a random thing, random generator. It's not going to be set in time since I guess I traveled through time or whatever. But I think I'd go back and maybe invest more into, like, my dreams rather than going out and just, like, that's tough. That is tough.
Real shit.
That just flashed on you? Yeah. That's why I said that's tough. Mid thought. I hate to do this to you.
Now there is something a quick and easy way to answer the question without going personal.
I would put these
I
down.
would say I would put these down. I'd
Really?
go back and I would invest every single dollar I had into Dogecoin when I first invested into Dogecoin. I invested at 0.002 cents before it even hit a cent, and I put $1,000 in. I would have put 18,000.
Yeah,
I would have put 18 grand in, and I would have held until 72 cents, and then I would have sold it all.
that'd been a crazy come up. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that's the thing. You go back could not necessarily completely change where you're at now, which I mean it would, but like I'm assuming you would probably still go down college, school, all that
Oh
things.
yeah, it would just be all paid off, and I wouldn't have
Yeah,
to worry about
yeah.
it.
I would probably, yeah, I think I'll just go back and like, because really, like, I don't think people understand. Like, we've just been sitting on this for way too long. It's been about,
Brandon,
yeah, it's been 2, 3 years.
it has been about 2 years that we've sat on this design.
We held off on making the podcast way too long, in my opinion. I'd kind of go back and I would just, when I thought of something that I knew I'd be passionate about, I think I would just go for it sooner.
Yeah, I think as a kid, one of my biggest regrets is not pursuing things that could have influenced my life in a better way as a younger kid. As a younger kid, you were willing to do shit that you're not willing to do as an adult.
Exactly, because you don't care about the, which actually is kind of crazy because you think as a kid you'd care more about social repercussions, but you really didn't. But now as an
I
adult,
didn't give a shit.
if you tell like when like some people ask like, oh, what are you doing tonight? Oh, I'm editing. What are you editing? I'm editing a podcast. You have a podcast? Why do you have a pod? Because I enjoy it's something I enjoy doing.
Yeah,
And you just kind of got to
but no,
stand on your
I would have started a YouTube channel back when I was like 12. Said fuck it, because back then that's when YouTube was like starting to blow up and shit
you
like
could
that.
have if I would have had
Yeah,
the shit for it, I would have done it. I didn't. I didn't
I had
have.
the shit for it too.
See, I would have taken off on that. I didn't. I really didn't have shit to like even like. I made shit at like. I think my first video I uploaded was 8th grade. I just never had the, I guess, the access to stuff. I used to make like I'd make like I made a couple videos off of the bad PC I had, but even with like my PC was so bad. OBS like trying to screen record like what I'm doing right now, it would just lag through it. Like it'd just be a lag through it. So I made one
I
video.
didn't I didn't use OBS. I used something else, like an old software.
I think I ended up making it in old software that it has a watermark on it in the video, which I will show. I'll go through all these on the Patreon. Um, Maybe not all of them, but I ended up making. I think around this time, I started watching MMG, which he was like he made like YouTube videos on mobile games. So I'm like, oh shit, you can do this. So like I just started doing like we played Madden Mobile, like me and Devin did. So I made a couple Madden Mobile videos, and then the first Madden Mobile video I made got 1,800 views. Bro, let me tell you something. And I didn't post it anywhere. Like it was just straight like I guess algorithm.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh shit, like yo, I might be him. And then like my next one I did made 110. And so I'm like, oh okay. But at such a young age, that was a very big hit. Like so I'm like, oh fuck, I don't know if I should do this. Like that's a big drop. But now looking back on it, like that's really not bad at all. And then my next video after that did 430, and then I stopped. I don't know why I stopped, but I stopped. And
I used to do
yeah,
commentary too. I do like I tell stories. Like this is me 12 years old coming up with stories that are just absolutely fake and not even true. And I would do stories while I played like Minecraft what is it called? Minecraft Jail OP or some shit like that. Where you would go into a mine shaft and like no one could kill you, and you would just mine blocks, and then you would sell them for money, and then you could level up and then go to another mine and like repeat the same process over and over again until you would prestige.
see, I
Um,
I
It
never
was
really.
fun. It was low key fun, and I would just play that, and I would just sit here and just tell like random ass stories that I would just come up with in my mind, and
Oh,
I would just post them to YouTube.
see, I kind
Kind of
of
like what Luna would do. I don't know if you knew who Luna was in CS:GO, or even Leafy. Leafy would do a
Leafy.
lot of
Yeah, like yeah,
commentary.
no, no.
Yeah,
Leafy was like my first like I guess like inspiration to like a commentary thing, which I still kind of
I
like.
wouldn't say that.
I don't care.
Leafy is very hated upon now.
I'm very hated in real life. The internet will not change the hate that like I don't care. Leafy was a dude that said his honest opinion, and and he stood on it.
He did in fact stand on his shit. He stood
although
on his shit until he got banned.
and I respect that, standing on your ground the whole time. The only thing I don't maybe possibly agree with is maybe he did go after her a little too much. I'm not saying who, because I'm not getting.
I know what you're talking about,
He
but I'll
did.
say he went after people too much. He would go after kids. He would go after like he didn't give a fuck who it was.
Oh,
If you posted a cringy video online, he was getting your shit.
And I mean, and then they're like, he's bullying. No, he's just like. So you're telling me kids at school didn't come up to those people, or people in their life didn't come up to him and say worse shit than he's down there in that? Stop. That's insane. But it's just because he has a public platform, and that's the thing with like banning people off Twitter and shit. Like, I don't understand. Like, it's supposed to be a form of free speech, but then at some point, if like you get enough backlash for it, you're just gonna fold on your policies. You're just gonna fold, or make new policies to therefore go back and attack previous videos. Like, once you change a policy and after something's been done, if you've done that before, you should be clear. You should not be able to go back and backtrack and get somebody off of it.
Wish I still had my Minecraft videos. I got rid of them because my grandma and my like family in Texas found the channel.
Hell no.
Because they looked me up on YouTube for some reason to figure out if I've ever posted a video, and they found my shit. I don't know how they found Purple Pill Gaming out of that, but they did.
If you have to change your email name. I did a lot of research because I never want people to find I just wanted my shit to blow up naturally.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, they looked me up, found it, and they watched my Minecraft videos, and then this was like 3 years after I posted them, so like 15 at the time, and they messaged me and said they found my Minecraft videos, and they sent me a video of all of the whole family watching them on the big screen, and I instantly deleted them all.
You could just private it. I'm so mad.
I didn't know about that. I didn't know.
Bro, I privated the video that got copyright struck. Well, I used like insane music on it. I don't know how the fuck it stayed up as long as it did. But it was me and Devin in a 1v1 at like 7th grade. Same time that video was posted. Because that video got around 1,000 views as well. And then I'm assuming, I don't know. I thought somebody reported it at first, like when it first got copyright struck. So then I made a video like, fuck whoever copyrighted my last video, you piece of... And knowing it was a fucking label now, but like, I use Logic. I use Logic balling over the instrumental. But it's still... But I used it over the video because I'm like, oh, we're playing basketball. And I use that, we're playing basketball. And then, nah, that was a crazy video. I don't know where the fuck this whole
I found
shit.
the old software I used. It's called Bandicam.
Bandicam, I think that's what I used. This isn't even really a question. This is just something I thought one day at work because I just be thinking a lot of shit. I just don't have the ability to write them down. I did with this one, though. The alphabet is used for spelling, but not to create words.
Well, you would have to use the alphabet to create the words.
But if you think about the way the words are said, like say the alphabet.
Now, really, the alphabet. You learn the alphabet, so then you are able to spell predetermined words that are already in place. Now, what I really want to know is how the fuck new words are made. Let me do a quick Google search. New words of 2022.
That's gonna be a terrible list. I can already just hear it now. Munch.
Over 650 new words, senses, and sub-entries have been added to the Oxford Dictionary in our latest update.
Who
650 new
fuck?
words.
Who the fuck just sits there and looks for... Because everything means the same shit, to be honest. Like, most of the shit that we have in our vocabulary means the same thing. It's just like it elevates in class, I guess, the more you go up with it. You know what I'm saying? Like the way you enunciate words will take you up in class.
It seems like they added influencer to the dictionary. Apparently, influencer wasn't a thing. It's a new word that got made for people.
Wasn't influence a word already though?
Influence was, but influencer probably was not. Side hustle was also added to the dictionary recently.
But do you see where I'm coming from though? Because like hustle and side were already two different things. Like side over there, not in front of me.
So I guess people combining
Words and
to make
adding
new
to the
words.
dictionary, but
This is an interesting word. I'm about to paste it in chat because I don't know how to say it.
okay, I'll say it. Trequartista?
Yeah, I don't know. It means 3/4.
So it'd be Trey,
Three
Core,
quarters.
Corista. Trey Corista? Three quarters.
Yeah,
They could just say you have 3/4. Like, what the fuck?
I think it's Italian. New words. I guess isn't just us, but
Yeah. I was about to say because I could like it just doesn't even. It looks like Hispanic or like overseas, like Portugal, Italian, something like that. But I still don't think that the alphabet is used for creating words. Like if you sound out the alphabet for a minute for me, go like 5 words deep.
5 letters. You mean?
Yeah,
You want me to say the letters or sound out the
the
letters?
the sound of them.
Ah. B. K. I'm trying to remember the alphabet. I'm a little fucked up. Duh. Eh. There you go.
Now, say Ed.
Ed.
You say him different. You slow him down. It's not.
Ed.
Now say Eddie.
Ed. Eddie. E.
Is it making sense now?
Well, there's all these rules you got put in place, you know.
But no, we make shit more complex than it needs to be.
English language is one of the most complex languages.
No, it is because I've been
Spell it, yeah.
no free sponsorships. Duolingo hit me in the email. I've been using Duolingo a lot. Like I'll just be laying in bed because I'd be on TikTok for forever, but I'm like, and then I one day saw a Duolingo TikTok. I'm like, fuck it, I'll get on Duolingo because we used to go hard on Duolingo for what was I learning? Korean. You were learning Japanese.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, that's a little too mentally taxing on me, to be honest. And I don't understand even the slightest bit, so I've been doing Spanish. And low-key, it makes more sense. Like, at first, I'm like, well, why don't you just say this? And I'm like, oh, well, if you do. And then I've also seen some, like, English TikToks that just explain how fucking absolutely stupid our language is.
Facts.
Like, the fact that people can come over here and even kind of speak our language is impressive to me. Because of all the slang terms we put for each word.
Yeah. We do have a lot of slang. English language has a lot of slang.
And then, okay, this is kind of on topic.
And all the new shit we come up with all the time, like no cap.
Yeah, did you see that
lit.
that whole thing about what is it, Valkyrie? She can't use AAVA.
African American vernacular. Yeah.
Is fucking existent.
What are the sayings though? Is it like no cap and shit like that?
It's no cap, sis, snatch. She can't say cap. It's like those are literally slang terms. Those words were not invented by our culture, and actually, trying to say it's invented.
When was AAV like made?
It was
Like became a
probably.
thing?
You want me to be honest with you?
Hmm.
It was literally made by a white guy. I guarantee it.
These okay vocabulary that came from AAV. You ready for this?
Yeah, I am.
Here, let me get them all.
This isn't water. This is
Every
vodka,
single-
by the way.
All right, we got dig. To understand or appreciate. I dig that.
White.
Bad.
Hang on.
Good
Pause.
or really good.
Hang on. Go back to dig.
Yeah, dig.
You know who was saying that? When
I've
I was
never.
in-
The only
White.
people I've ever heard say
White.
yeah.
White. When I dig that.
The
Are
fuck?
you
Yeah.
like that? You rock with that? You cool with that? I dig. No,
All right.
that's okay.
Here we go,
Continue.
here we go.
I'm gonna object to all these. I'm gonna give you my opinion.
We got bad, which means good or really good. That's bad. She's bad.
Okay, my opinion on this. You're literally just dumb.
All right, we got this one's weird. Blade. They think blade, which means knife, is a word that came from AAV. Blade.
Next one, please.
I can see this one. Strap.
What?
Strap, like a gun, pistol.
Okay, I can see it,
But I don't
the-
see why you would segregate our
Language.
own language.
Yes,
Yeah.
and because the other thing is why would you segregate the language for a culture that was oppressed to give us simpler terms? Like take the complex terms to upbring the community, not like, oh, you can't use these words because they're too easy for you. Like that's the way I interpret it. It's just like these are a bunch of baby words.
Hood, which would mean neighborhood, often where someone grew up.
No,
Which
like,
I mean, a lot of people say hood. I mean, hood is just the last four letters of neighborhood. Hood.
okay, that one I kind of understand. If like you grow up in a like
But you're
a
telling me
gated community.
No white boys have ever grown up in a fucking
No,
hood before.
but I'm saying if you grew up in a gated community, you're like,
Yeah,
oh,
you're not
come-
saying hood if you grew
you're
up in
like,
the
oh,
fucking
yeah, come
$2
to the
million
hood.
houses.
come to the
fucking-
hood. Yeah, no, that one I understand.
Yeah,
in
I can see
circumstance,
that. But I mean, I guess we live in this fucking city, so I mean.
But I'm not even
Yeah.
I'm not even mad if you say come to the hood. Like I don't care. The fact that you care, it's sensitivity. Like why the fuck do you care what somebody else is saying and how they're using a term? I don't understand that.
Yeah, I mean, the only way I could see, like, I mean, obviously, if the society was trying to make it socially acceptable for everyone to say every single slur there is, then I could see that. But I mean, these are like here's the next one, paper, which means money.
Money, yeah.
Yeah, they're saying paper should only be used for AAV.
So I write on.
So I'm not allowed to say I make paper. Like, or I got some mad fucking paper from that job, like some shit like that. I'm not allowed to say that.
And if I say I draw on paper, that means I write on money.
Yeah, apparently, if you say paper, it automatically means money and nothing else.
Say, hey, you got a piece of paper for me? Oh, you got money for me? It's
Literally a piece of paper.
I literally got so mad watching like the video I saw about it. I'm like, nah, we can't do this. We're just dumbing ourselves down. It literally
The
dumbs
last
down.
three words are whip, crib, and feds.
These are not terms that can be.
This is just from a blog, though. I mean, I just
Yeah,
looked
but
up the first blog.
I don't, to me, it's just dumb. I don't understand why you would want to take the. It's literally slang terminology that can be used by anyone, and I don't really see any people. I just don't see people getting offended by this.
Oh my god, we got cat, like that's a cool
Pussy?
cat.
Oh,
No, like cool cat. Like he's a cool cat. Like
That's white.
person.
I guess that's
white
old.
as-
That no,
I
that,
mean,
that's old head. That's old head. That's old head.
My dad
yeah.
says that though. He calls people cool cats. But I guess that's something they used to call people back in his
Yeah, like my dad says that too. So I used to say that when I was like younger. Like, he a cool cat. I don't know.
I don't know. Very strange though. I mean, isn't? Let me just look up what ethnicity she is.
Valkyrie?
Yeah,
She's like Filipino or like something like that.
Filipino and German.
Say whatever.
It's
Never
some
mind.
of the
Nah. We about got whacked. Yeah, you got me in the first half.
tough. That's a
Yeah.
tough one.
Nah. Maybe in what, 1942? Say whatever you want. All right, so that was quick, like I thought it'd be. Do you think we should microchip humans?
No.
So if someone committed a federal crime, they get out of prison, they're a high repeat offender, that they could go out and do something like that again. You don't think you should chip them? That way
There's
it's
one blaring issue. It would go against a lot of religions.
we
So they wouldn't
shouldn't.
be
We
able to
shouldn't.
chip a lot
Cause,
of people.
no, we shouldn't. Because I'm not gonna go into religion right now. Because I will literally be the most hated man in America, actually across the world.
It really does, though. Like real shit. If you microchip people, people like Christianity especially would say it's unconstitutional because in the Bible it talks about mark of the beast, and people would assume or like people would think that that chip could be considered the mark of the beast. Therefore, it would go against the religion to have it in their body. So if they did that, I think it would start an uprising with a lot of religions that don't agree with piercings and like tattoos and stuff like that. That should be in your
That
body.
also don't agree with what is it, homosexuality?
I'm not sure how that relates.
Uh, they don't agree with that, but the government has legalized same-sex marriages. So
Sure, but I mean, it doesn't really affect.
why do we cater laws around the I guess the principles of religion? Shouldn't we
Well,
cater laws around the
why did
safety of
we
people?
base this in? Why did we base this entire country off of Christianity? In
Because
God we trust.
because back then that was the whole thing, but
Yeah,
nowadays I
but
feel like
that's what happened. Like the laws were based off of like some sort of religion. Like there was religion in politics back then. So a lot of the laws, like older laws, are based off of
so
religion.
you don't think we're moving to a place in time where we will completely remove the religional aspect out of laws and politics and just
You
go
have to
off
get rid
of
of it out of the Constitution, and if they can't change the Constitution, it would cause a riot in the community, and like the government would get overthrown. Yes,
I think they would self-sabotage
there
before
would
they
be a
let them
lot of
overthrow.
politicians that would be killed in the process if we started changing the Constitution like that.
So would that not go against some way, shape, or form against the religion to go out and kill people because of it?
Yeah, but people don't care at that point.
So
It would go
then,
past. It would go past.
religion at that point would be irrelevant. So therefore, you're literally proving the point of being able to take it out. Or am I wrong on that?
I do think you're wrong because if you took it out, it would cause more problems than it would solve.
I don't know. I just think like for high risk people or people that have been in custody and are getting out, it could cut down on reoffense charges and stuff like that. Or even if they do reoffend, you know where they're at.
Yeah,
I wouldn't. I mean, I don't
It
think.
wouldn't fly. It would not fly.
So you don't think nobody's
It wouldn't fly
microchip?
right now. Like there would have to be a situation
So why
where the government would have to go into a state of emergency where they can control the laws entirely and do presidential what are they called?
where the
It's like when
president
the
can
country
immediately
can do like whatever
override
the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's only when the nation is in like a state of like
a state of
war or
emergency.
some shit. Yeah.
So
So it would have to be a situation like that, and they would have to change the Constitution like secretly to take out the whole religion part aspect, and to be able to add like a microchipping law in place. It would
so
be a very weird situation. We'd have to be in war, pretty much.
microchipping.
And they would have to like start off the microchip to be like for prisoners of war. So like people like whatever country we're going against, we would like capture them again, like we did the Japanese soldiers.
Yeah,
Whenever like because we had concentration camps. Don't like people don't really talk about it, but we did. We had concentration camps as well. They
but
just weren't
it's our
as
country.
bad
We won
as
the
like
war.
fucking
It's our country. We won the war, so people aren't really gonna.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
swept under the rug because we won.
Something like that would probably happen again. Let's say if we went to war with Russia, and then we start, instead of let's not put all these Russians in concentration camps. Instead, we'll microchip them to make sure we know where we are at all times.
But what are
So it
ankle
would be
monitors?
something
Then?
like that.
Ankle monitors for probation. Is that not basically microchipping humans? Just
You
a
could do
less
that.
effective way.
It's just not in your body. The problem with the microchip is that it's inside of your body, and that's where it would go against a lot of religions. So if it was outside your body, like a bracelet that was permanently on you, like if you made a material that couldn't be cut or anything like that, and you had to wear this bracelet at all times, I could see that. It would just do the same thing, but it was like impossible to get off.
Okay, so along those lines, if I don't know how you do it for like bald people, but like hair, you somehow get a chip like embedded into the hair, like a hair follicle.
It just couldn't be in your body. As long as the chip wasn't in your body specifically, then you can do just about fucking whatever, and it wouldn't go against anything.
Before we get out of here, and we talk about Jacob and Jacob one last time, coming out very soon. We're both about to show you now. You know what we got on. Come on now. Come on now. You see that boy in the blossom? I know you see that, Lotus. I know you see that, Lotus. Merch coming very soon. There'll be more info on it in the comments below. Also, Patreon coming very soon. It's going to be very cheap. We're not trying to make money. We're just trying to talk about things we can't talk about on the YouTube platform.
Like $2.
Oh, God. It's not to make money. It's just to talk about things we can't talk about on here.
It's been real. Leave a comment, as always, in the comment section below of your favorite part of the video. Any fan questions that you have that you want us to answer, we will do that in the next episode. And as always, we've been your hosts, Jacob and
Jacob. Appreciate you for watching the Addict Podcast. And we'll see you next Monday.